What's up, guys? This is Emmanuel from TeamDBZ Biscuit, and welcome back to the channel. Today, guys, we're going to come at you with a odd odds deck profile. It's been a while since we've had one of these on the channel. It's been a while since we've been on the channel, so let's jump into this and let's see what we're coming at you with. To start things off, we're running a 3 Odd Odds Revolution Dragon. I've had this card for a little bit now, just ain't had time to really showcase it off, but I'm so glad that Konami finally printed this card, making it access so the deck is fully glued together now, and we can really get some plays rocking now. To be able to discard this card from your hand is just to be able to get any of your dragons from out of your deck that you want. It's very, very good. But also, too, don't forget the pendulum effect. You can blow this up and get your vortex back once it's properly fusion summoned, or any of your other dragons that's been properly summoned. Very useful. Very, very useful. We're also running 3 of the Odd Odds Art Pendulum Dragon. This is, your main staple. You want to get this guy in your hand also as fast as possible. Get him set up in your pen scale and just keep reviving them dragons out of the graveyard as much as possible and getting them out of the deck. I'm also running the 1 Odd Odds Pendulum Dragon and 1 Odd Eyes Phantom Dragon. Both of these dragons, in my opinion, are very good. Just being able to be as good beaters for the deck, and also too just being able to get that extra, calculation damage. Also running 2 Odd Eyes Persona. This is just good, making sure you can hate on your opponent's extra deck monster effects. You don't want them getting too crazy, and also being a very good low scale. Also running the 1 Perform Power Odd Eyes Dissolver and the 1 Perform Power Odd Eyes Synchron. These are both very good utility cards. Dissolver being able to be a fusion card for you, and the Synchron being able to get you into your synchro plays, get your synchro plays going the way you want to. Also running 3 Magical Abductor. This I think is needed for the deck. Just being able to make sure that you can get an extra search just for using up counters. Also, too, being another level 4 monster helps out for the deck. Also running 3 Supreme King Darkworm and 1 Gate Zero. I knocked down the Gate Zero to 1 just because I was starting to see it too much. I do like the card, but I don't want to see it too much. Even though with Odd Eyes Revolution, I still like to run Supreme King Dragon at 3 just because I need to see that extra level 4 body. And also, too, just being able to see this card in hand is never going to hurt for any play that I want to make. Also running 3 Chronograph and the 1 Time Gazer. This is just good for extra fodder on board. Whenever one of your cards is destroyed, it's going to trigger your Chronograph, being able to get another special summon to the field, and your Time Gazer being able to protect your pin scales, and also just being an extra normal summon can be very useful. And lastly, for the monsters, I'm running the 1 Chaos Emperor Dragon of Armageddon. This card is very, very good in my opinion for the deck. It's another card that was needed for the deck to help, get all essential points. This is something that can be used very useful with whenever you banish out your dragons with the Lure Darkness, or even when it's in the extra deck, being able to special summon it back out by removing a light and a dark for a free special summon can really help out a lot. You only need 1 of this because it's going to go back to the bottom of your extra deck when it leaves the field, but this is also another good card to help you if you decide to get in time and things like that. Can help you, get you in a lot of good situations. But that's it for the monsters. For the spell cards, I'm running the 1 Plan B, the Odd Eyes Fusion Dragon. It's just a backup card. If you just get in an iffy situation, your opponent's just blowing it out, you can just got no monsters on board, play this, get a Vortex on board, and start building your board from there. Running 3 Allure Darkness. This is just a staple for this deck, being able to make sure you can just get the card advantage that you need. I'm also running the 1 Sacred Sword of 7 Stars. This is just like another Allure Darkness. The only difference is you banish out a level 7. And like I said, with the Chaos Emperor, it's going to help you get these cards back that you banish out. So it's very useful to you. I'm also running the 1 Into the Void and 1 Upstart Goblin. These are both the same card in essence, just being able to get that free extra draw and just help you to just dig a little deeper into the deck. I'm also running One Pot of Desires. One Pot of Desires I feel is good for this deck. Once you get the plays made the way you want to, it doesn't matter what you banish off after that. Just make sure you make the plays the way you want to before you have to play this card. I'm also running 3 Spiral Flame Strike. This is the best searcher in the game. I mean, in my opinion, bar none. Just to be able to search out any of your level 7 or odd eyes is just very good. Also, too, if you have odd eyes on the field, being able to destroy a card, very, very useful. Also running 2 Summoner's Arc. I won't be able to get to that Arc Pendulum as fast as possible. Being able to have access to it is very useful for the deck, and being able to get it in the hand, making sure that you can set up your high scale is very good. Also running 1 Duelist Alliance. This is making sure that you can get to the Arc Pendulum or the OG Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Just be able to get them to the hand and just get your plays generating. I'm running 1 Gold Sarcophagus. This is for backup for the Chaos Emperor play. Also being able to set up any cards that you might want to in the following turns could be very useful too. It's going to be another spell counter. This is just another card that can just be played as soon as you get it. Just very good. Also running the 1 Terraforming and 3 Sky Iris. This is, mandatory for the deck for Odd Eyes. You got to have this card. You want to see this card. It's going to be a good pop, another search. Being able to now be able to use your Terraforming to the Sky Iris, get your Revolution Dragon, and you pitch the Revolution Dragon. I mean, just being able to thin the deck so much is very, very good. And lastly, I'm running 1 Dragon Shrine and 1 Foolish Burial. This is just to make sure that I can get to the Dark Worms into the graveyard that I need, or set up the graveyard for the Chaos Emperor play, just being able to banish out a Light in the Dark and get him on board as fast as possible. But that's it for the main deck. For the extra deck, running 2 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon and the 1 Perform Power Gatling Ghoul. Vortex Dragon is needed for this deck, just bar none. It's just, you got to run Vortex. But the Perform Power Gatling Ghoul, I switched this out. But I like to play this because it's just another way that you can do some really massive damage to your opponent by destroying one of their monsters and just counting up all the cards on the field and just dealing damage right then and there. It's very useful to you. Also running the 1 Draco Berserker the Tingy, the 1 Clearwing Supreme King Clearwing, 1 Odd Eyes Meteor Burst, and 1 Clearwing Synchro Dragon. All these cards can be interchangeable depending on what you want to do. I like the Berserker the Tingy. Being able to beat that double attack is very useful to you. Clearwing being a dark hole and just being able to make some massive burn damage whenever it attacks. Meteor Burst being able to hit on your opponent's monster effects in battle is very useful to you. And Clearwing, because you got so many level 7 or higher monsters, or level 5 or higher monsters, this can help protect a lot of your monsters when you get a board set up and you know you're going up against a opponent that does a lot of targeting and stuff like that. So that can be very useful to you. Also running the 1 Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon, 1 Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon, Supreme King Dragon Rebellion, and 1 Magician of Hope. Rebellion Dragon's not in here for his anime effect, but mostly for if you want to use your Odd Eyes Fusion, be able to send it from the extra deck. Go ahead and just meet the requirements for that in the extra deck and just be able to send that. Also, too, the way you set up some of your plays, being able to get a 3K beater on field is very useful to you. Odd Eyes Absolute, just being able to hate on the attacks of your opponents, making sure they just don't run you over. But also, too, when it's sent to the graveyard, being able to get the Vortex out is very useful. Rebellion is just making sure that you can just hate on your opponent's battle phase. Being able to get over those big monsters, just no ease, very useful. And Magician of Hope, I like its effect. It just allows you to keep looping itself over and over again. And it's also, too, good for the Odd Eyes plays. Being able to ditch these two for a Pendulum and the Odd Eyes helps out with that a lot. Also running the Dragon Balls, the Wee Wee Witch, the Dragon Fist, and the Borolo Dragon. This is just a nice little setup for me. I still like using the Wee Wee Witch. It's just a very easy card to go into with all the monsters being dark for the most part. Hieratic Seal. There's so many dragons in the deck, just being able to go into it very easy. I like the Draco Master. This is a card that can be, you know, situational how to go into, but being able to put up a monster that can't be destroyed by battle except by normal monsters, a lot of times can be problematic for the opponent. So that's very useful to you. And Borlo Dragon, sometimes just getting over some problematic cards. I don't want to get over problematic cards. I just want to be able to steal it right then and there. Also, too, a lot of times I hear people ask me for options for, you know, if they wasn't wanting to go on a budget. Cards that you could also put in is Appaloosa, Blackluster Soldier, and your Borlo Savage Dragon. But these are just cards that if you wanted to pick these up, you can. But you can play the list as is. But that's it for this deck profile, guys. Thanks, guys, for all your love and support. So many of you guys, you know, thought about us during the time that we were away, and we thank you guys for that. And thank you guys, and we hope you all been doing well also. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Also, too, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. This is Emmanuel from Team DBZ Biscuit. We're out.